Hi everybody, in the last video we learned about the speed, average speed or instantaneous speed. It's something about speed, how fast an object moves. In the last lesson, we know that not every object moves with a uniform speed. That means their speed is not a constant. So that means the speed will change. So in this section 3.2, we are going to learn a new term which is called acceleration. Acceleration means how fast the object changes its speed. Firstly, let us look at the definition of the term acceleration. It is called the rate of change of velocity. What is meant by rate of change of velocity or the rate of change of speed? That means the change in speed per unit time. We use the formula change in speed and then divided by the total time taken. It is the rate of change of speed. Then, what are the symbols we use for the equation? For the acceleration, we use the symbol A. A means the acceleration, how fast the speed of an object change. How about the change in speed? We use the term V to represent one of the speed and U the other speed. Both terms represent the speed of the object. U is the initial speed, the speed at the beginning, and V is the final speed, the speed by the end of the journey. So if you use the final value minus the initial value, then it is equals to the change in speed. And we use the quantity, the term T to represent the total time taken. So let us look at the four symbol again. U means the initial speed, the speed of the object at the beginning. And we use the unit meter per second to represent the unit. V is the final speed. So the final value minus the initial value is equals to the change. And T represents the time taken for the change. So A is the acceleration, but I want to guess what is the unit for the term acceleration, right? The unit in the numerator is meter per second, and the unit in the denominator is second. So meter per second, it is meter per second square. So this unit is a little bit complicated, meter per second square. Is it okay? Okay, look at the second question. Can you guess which one? The motorcycle or the bus has a greater acceleration. That means which one can change its speed at a faster rate? So I think everybody can guess the motorcycle has a greater acceleration, right? Why? You can tell me in this way. Because it takes a shorter time to change for the same speed. For the same change, if the one takes a shorter time, then the acceleration will be greater. Then I guess the motorcycle can move to a very high speed in a short period of time. Then its acceleration will be greater. Okay, the term is simple, but the calculation may be a little bit complicated. Let us discuss about the question one by one. There are totally 5 questions, and maybe for the first and the second question, you can take a look of my demonstration. And for the from question 3 to question 5, you can take a pause of the video and then do the example first, and then check the solution with my suggestion. Okay. Let us look at the question 1. The speed of a football player change from 0.5 meter per second to 8 meter per second. That means the player moves faster and faster from 0.5 meter per second to 8 meter per second in 1.5 seconds. So can you calculate his acceleration? So in this question, we have to highlight the numbers, the quantity which is given in the equation. So we have this one, from 0.5 meter per second to 8 meter per second in 1.5 seconds. So we need three quantity, because in the equation, you can take a look at it, there are totally four variables, A, V, U, T. So you have to find out three numbers, and by using the equation to find out the corresponding unknown quantity. Okay. So what are these numbers represent? From 0.5 second to 8 meter per second. So the first one should be the initial speed. And for this term, from 0.5 change to 8, it should be the final speed, right? And obviously 1.5 seconds is the time. So these three quantity represent U, V, T in the equation. And then you have to find out the acceleration. Is it okay? So firstly, fully understand what the question talks about. And then you can apply the equation. Firstly, you have to write down the equation. A equals to V minus U and then divided by T. And you have to find out this unknown quantity, acceleration, and then put all the data into the equation. This one is the final speed. So H minus, this one is the initial speed, 0.5. And then divided by the time taken. So if you put all the numbers in the correct places, then you can find out the value, which is equal to, right, 5. And what is the unit for acceleration? You can check up with your exercise. Good. It is equal to meter per second square. Or you can refer to the equation. The unit in the numerator is meter per second, right? The unit in the denominator is second. Meter per second divided by second is meter per second square. Is that okay? Don't forget to write down the unit. Otherwise, you can't get the marks from the unit, from the answer. Okay. Now we move to question 2. Okay, the question is simple. Okay, a motorcycle accelerates from rest at 8 meter per second square. And then can you find its speed after 3 seconds? So, firstly, if you still remember, there are 4 terms in the equation. We have to look for 3 numbers. So look at the question again. A motorcycle accelerates from rest at 8 meter per second square. Oh, this one. From the unit of this quantity, we know that this should be the acceleration of the motorcycle. And find the speed. You have to find the speed after 3 seconds. 3 seconds later, what will be the speed of the motorcycle? And there are only 2 numbers. Where is the third one? Yeah, sometimes the number is not so explicitly given to you. From rest. That means at the beginning, the speed of the motorcycle is 0. It is at rest. Is it okay? So what you have in the equation, you have the initial speed. It is 0. And the acceleration, 8 meter per second square. And the time. And then you have to find out the speed of the motorcycle after 3 seconds. It should be the final velocity of the motorcycle, the final speed of the motorcycle. Is it okay? So you fully understand what the question talks about, and then you write down the equation, and then put the number into the equation. What is the acceleration? It is h. And what is the final speed? I don't know. I'm going to find out this value. What's the initial speed? It starts from rest, so it is 0. And the time taken is 3 seconds. Is it okay? So if you know what the number talks about, then you won't make mistake in your calculation. And then you use your calculator to find out the value of v. It should be equals to 24, right? And what is the unit for velocity or for speed? So it is meter per second, right? Okay, then after 2 questions, can you try question 3 by yourself? Maybe you take a pause of the video now and then try this question by yourself and then check up with my answer. Okay, I suppose you have finished this question. Look at the question. The speed of an airplane changed from 100 meters per second, okay, this one, change from this one to 80 meters per second. 2. That means it should be the initial, and this should be the final, initial speed, final speed, right? In 15 seconds, it should be the time taken. So you have the initial speed, and then this one is the final speed, and this one is the time taken, right? Then can you find out the acceleration of the airplane? You have to find the value of a. Okay, then similarly, we write down the equation first, and then put all the number into the equation in their correct places. What is the final speed? Which one is final? Right, this is the initial, and 80 will be the final. 80 minus 100, right? In the past, many students make mistake in this part. They feel uncomfortable to write down 80 minus 100. They will use 100 minus 80, but it is not correct. So it should be 80. This one is the final speed, and 100 is the initial speed. Is it okay? And the time is 15. That's it. And then use your calculator to find out this value. This one should be equal to minus 1.33. Don't forget to write down the minus sign. There is a meaning of this minus sign. And the unit for acceleration is meter per second square. Okay? Okay, let's discuss about the minus sign. What it means by minus 1.33? That means the speed of the airplane from 100 decrease to 80. The speed of the airplane decrease. So it is not accelerate. It is not speeding up. It is slowing down. So we say that it decelerate. Decelerate means the object is slowing down. So deceleration means negative acceleration. Okay, so there's a physical meaning of this sign. So don't ignore or omit or delete this minus sign, right? Okay, next one, question 4. Question 4. You can take a pause of the video and then do the question by yourself and then check up with my solution. Okay, look at the question again. It is the moving car decelerate at 8 meters per second square, right? And stop in 2.5 seconds. Stop. Okay, there are 2 numbers, but there's a very important word we have to know. It is stop. What is meant by stop? It is moving at the beginning and then stop finally in 2.5 seconds. So this one is the final speed. So in this question, you have the acceleration and the final speed and the time taken, right? So the question asks you about the initial speed of the car. Is it okay? So you use the same equation and then put the value into the correct places in the equation. What is the value of the acceleration? Oh no, if you put h in your equation into your equation, it is not correct. Don't forget to read the question carefully. A moving car decelerate. Okay, h is a positive value. It means accelerate. So if the car decelerate, it should be minus h. Is it okay? Minus h. And then equals to 0 because the car finally stopped. So the final speed is 0. And initial speed, I don't know the initial speed. I'm going to find out this value. And the time taken is 2.5 seconds. Is it okay? Then you multiply 2.5 to the left hand side. It is equal to minus 20. And 0 minus u is equal to minus u. So you can cross out the minus sign. U is equal to 20. The unit is meter per second. Right. Okay? Do you have any question? So the calculation becomes a little bit complicated right now. And the last one, question 5. Okay, look at the question. The question tells us, okay, a car is traveling at 25 meters per second. Initially, it should be the initial speed. And then it decelerate. Don't forget this word, okay, decelerate at 3 meters per second square. And then can you find out the speed of the car after decelerating for 4 seconds, right? So you have 3 terms. This one is the initial speed, initially. This one is the deceleration. And the time taken is 4 seconds. So the speed should be smaller and smaller because the car is decelerating. So we make use of the find out the symbol first, U, A, and T, and you have to find out the value of V. Okay, so make use of the equation. What is the value of A? You become more more wise now. Okay, you use the number minus 3, and the final speed is not known. V. The initial speed is 25 and the time taken is 4, right? Then you multiply 4 to the left hand side and then move the term to the right hand side, left hand side. Then can you find out the value of V? So it should be equals to 13 and the unit is meter per second. Is it okay? So the initial speed of the car is 25. And then after 4 seconds, it's changed to 13 because it is slowing down. It decelerates, right? And then can you find out the average speed of the car during that 4 seconds? So how to find out the average? It is the initial, it is the final. Then I can teach you a new equation. You use the initial value plus the final value and then divided by 2, then it will be the average value, right? Then you put the numbers into the equation and then divide it by 2, then the average value will be equals to 19 and with the same unit, meter per second. Is that okay? These are all the 5 questions on this page. And we have to go over these 5 questions already. So can you do the assignment 2 and then submit it to Mr. Chen or me on time. Okay, is it okay? Okay, this is the end of the second video. Okay, bye bye.